back again. You know what we are, so let's get into it. So guys, if you're seeing this for the very first time, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. If you're based in the UK, as you do know, we're actually facing some restrictions right about now. So me personally, I prefer to be going and doing certain things right about now, but it's not always possible. However, you know, we've got to try our best with these fragrances and do what we can. Now, this particular fragrance, I've got a decant of. Not really going to purchase the full bottle for this one. 100 ml, I believe, is going in for about £96 in the UK, which for me, you know, doing my first impressions, I've smelt it, but still, just first reactions video, probably more so than actually, you know, spending the time with this fragrance and going out my way with it. However, this particular fragrance, as you can see, the name, I'm not even pronouncing it properly, By the Fireplace by Maison Martin Margiela. Guys, help me out, let me know down below. But ultimately, guys, this replica is supposed to represent the fireplace, or By the Fireplace, which is called. It's supposed to give you that sort of intense, smoky fireplace. I don't know, it's cold outside, so we've got a fireplace going on inside. It's supposed to be a date night scent that some people refer to as. Me personally, again, I don't know, but just having the spray of this one, putting this on skin. Apparently it's supposed to have some chestnut in there, it's supposed to have some this type of cloves, it's supposed to have some sort of sage in there, and pink pepper, which I'm picking up now. It's definitely on my nose, I can feel it already, I can smell it in my nose as well, like I want to sneeze. Some vanilla in there as well, and it's supposed to give you that reminiscence of being by an open flame fire, and you can smell the wood coming from that fire. I think there's some Gaiac wood, am I saying this correctly? Gaiac wood in the base of this particular fragrance, and at the same time I can smell the cloves, I can smell the vanilla as well. There's a level of sweetness to it, but if you imagine like a flame, a fireplace flame effectively, this is what it smells like. And to be honest, I would say they've actually done a very good job on recreating that smell. Now for me, people are talking about this being a date night fragrance. I could imagine it does give us this like sort of smoky sort of incense sort of note as well. And again, maybe that's coming from the chestnut. It's like a deep woodsy type of autumn winter fragrance. Maybe even like I mean, I could even get like a bit of like a sweet pumpkin sort of smell coming from this as well. That's what it reminds me of. I mean, By the Fireplace, in a way, I believe, yes, they've done a good job to recreate it. Personally, would I choose to wear this particular fragrance? Probably not for me. I think this is slightly of an older type of fragrance. If you're a very youthful sort of person, I think this one might be a little bit too heavy, a little bit too mature. I think you can get away with wearing it, but I just don't imagine it being a sort of youthful fragrance. I don't regard it as something that I personally would be rocking probably in the daytime. Probably wear it more so in the evenings. I don't think it's something you could really wear to a party. Easily could wear this for sort of close encounters date sort of scenario, but at the same time, I just don't think that it's something that would be high on my list. And for what it costs, I was looking at the prices, you know, £100 or £96 in the UK for a 100ml bottle. It's just not something I personally would go out my way for. If I was gonna get maybe like a 20ml or 30ml, you know, maybe I'd have it on the shelf, but I really wouldn't necessarily even think about wanting to, you know, draw for this one as the first point of call. By the Fireplace, is it worth it? In my opinion, I'm gonna say no. And again, that's probably just more sort of my personal preferences when it comes to these sort of winter, autumn time sort of fragrances. I can see there's a lot of love on Fragrantica for this particular fragrance. I can see a lot of people like it, and it seems to be also that a lot of people are saying that it seems to last quite a long time on skin. Now again, I'm only going off first impressions on this one. The smell doesn't particularly, I don't particularly like the smell, is what I'd say. It reminds me of, there was a time when I was in Scotland with some army barracks, doing some sort of like training that we did, some assault rifle training and all this different stuff in Scotland. I was never actually in the army, but I did some cadet stuff as well. And it reminds me of the smell of the army barracks, and that's just what it reminds me of. No reflection on the army barracks, so it's just not a fragrance which particularly interests me. It reminds me of being outside, maybe like it's not fougere, but it reminds me of being slightly like in a forest. And again, you can smell the sort of woods, you can smell that note, again you can smell that incense, but it just doesn't do anything for me. It's not a seductive fragrance for me. It's not a fragrance that I personally feel I'd be comfortable to wear for any long period of time, and it does smell a little bit chlorine to me, to my nose. It's not necessarily offensive, I don't think, as a fragrance. At the same time, I think you do need to be a confident sort of person to take this one to the next heights that you could go to. If you're wearing this for maybe a date night scent, by all means go for it, but personally I don't think it'd be for me. Just struggling. I just don't feel this one that, in my opinion, would give me much of a oomph. It's more of a chilled out in the back, sort of chilling out, sort of like, you know, I'm here, I'm chilling out now. It's probably got cigar going on, or, you know, you just, you know, having you drink or something like that. That's what it reminds me of. It's not a youthful scent, in my opinion. It's definitely something which is slightly more older, mature, more how could I say, at a point where you're willing to just chill out in the cut. You don't have to do too much. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, that's why I'm buying decants, guys, because I just don't see the point in wasting money buying a full bottle of a fragrance which I don't particularly like. First things first, go and try out the fragrance, see what I think about it, and then from there I will go, and maybe if I really want it, I'll go and get it when it's on sale. But for this one, 100ml, £99 or £96, whatever it may be, just not enough for me to really go and pull the trigger on that one. Loads of fragrances out there, guys, that I think you could get something. Depends what you're trying to go with it, but for me, I personally would stick with like the Hugo Boss Private Accord, for instance. Not exactly the same, but with that one I prefer a little bit more of a zing, a little bit more of a kick. This one seems a little bit too mellow, a little bit too chill out for me, whereas I would prefer just to go into it something like this one. Not exactly the same type of fragrance, and don't get it confused, they're not exactly the same, but at the same time this one's a little bit more energy, a little bit more spice, has a ginger note in there with some cacao as well, which I personally enjoy, whereas this one seems to just be a little bit too relaxed for me. It seems a little bit too mature, and to the point where I feel like someone's just sort of given up a little bit, not too sure what to put on. They've just sprayed this and just kept it moving. Personally, I want a little bit more personality in my fragrances, and I think for me, there's so many fragrances out there that at this point in time just does not cut it for me. When this one came out, I want to say 2015. So yeah, is what it is, guys. But anyway, guys, again, hopefully save you some time and some money. And again, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And you guys are doing me wrong in the likes, man. Some of you guys are actually watching it. The video's getting maybe 500 views, even 1,000 views, and you're only getting 20 people liking the video. So guys, by all means, again, for the smaller YouTubers, by all means, help us out, help us do a favor. It helps with the algorithm, helps the channel to grow. More people see it, more engagement, then we can build a community and talk about fragrances. Obviously, I'm going to give you my perspective, but again, if you've bought fragrances based on my opinion and you also trust my nose, again, I'm not going to buy something for the sake of it, and personally, I'm not going to have a fragrance for the sake of having a fragrance and then tell you guys it's good. No. A lot of times I've also, when I was learning about fragrances and different things going on, I'm still learning about fragrances, but when I was watching different YouTubers, some of them would give their comments, to like a fragrance, say this is a good one, you're going to spend your money or even blind buy a fragrance depending on what they've said, and you're disappointed. So for me personally, guys, I say this is why I'm also saying, if it has saved you some time and some money, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, because it does help the channel to keep growing and also helps me to keep doing and pumping out these videos. Hopefully see you soon, guys, on the next video. And yeah, next one, we'll see what we've got in the collection. We'll see what's coming in the post, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Ciao.